Give it to me like.
Hey, 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 hey. Ooh. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Ooh. Hey, 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 hey. Wake up, every day feels boring. The same thing, routine in the morning. Grew up too fast without warning. And when it rains, it's pouring. I got dreams, big dreams. I wanna do big things, but I just can't seem to put it all together. I just wanna be seen. I'm jumping ship, I'ma dive in. Middle of the ocean, swimming till I find it. I see an island, out ahead, filled with things that I've wanted since I was a kid. Swim to it.
Hey. Oh shit, I still have my earpods in. I'm like, why do my ears feel weird? So what's up, Sly Angel, True Texan, Adrian, Tinker, Sly Angel, Allie, thank you so much. All super chats are definitely appreciated. Sly Angel, Sissy, KP, Fragile Like a Bomb, Amber, Cindy B. I don't think I missed anyone. Hey, Marie. All right. I made a whole list in my head of things that I want to say tonight, and I kind of forgot some of them. So we're just going to wing it. I was driving in the car and I was like, hey, North Country, I'm driving in the car. I'm like, I should really write this down. I'm like on my way to radiation. One thing I will say, I'm not leaving YouTube. I don't want anyone to mistake that. I don't want anyone to think, oh my God, I'm leaving YouTube. I'm not leaving YouTube. I'm just taking a break from some of the lives. And let me explain why. I'm still going to be around. You're still going to see me jump on a panel if I like the discussion. I will still do lives for members and Patreons privately. If it leaks out, Auntie's going to go up because there's a reason why I'm doing it privately, and really don't appreciate it if it leaks. I'm speaking more Patreon than members. I mean, there's a lot of people that are members that I'm sure it's going to leak. Hey, Alyssa. So I just want to make that clear. I'm not leaving YouTube. You're still going to see me all the time. You're going to see me in people's lives. You're going to see me posting. You're going to see me posting shorts. I'm going to work on some uploads. So just understand, like, I'm not going anywhere. I don't want people to think I'm going anywhere. I know my haters are like, yay, but no, I'm not going anywhere. What I am taking a break from is the lives. Hey, Quark. And I have a lot of reasons why I'm going to. And I think by the end of it, you guys will understand. So one of the biggest reasons, honestly, is the state of, or I should say the toxicity or the toxic state of this community. It has gotten to the point where you're either exploiting a family or you're exploiting the families. And it's insane. Absolutely fucking insane. Hey, Gravy. It's absolutely insane. And I can't believe you're either doing the wrong thing or you're calling out doing the wrong thing. There's no in between anymore. Hey, Christy. And it's just to the point with live shows, it's just not fun. Now, Patreons have told me that they've seen it for a while. And it sucks. I'm going to cry. I don't even know why I'm going to cry. But you guys as a community, even some of my old people, like people that have left, have got me through some really, really tough times. I think this is where I'm going to cry. Really have got me through some really tough times. Have been there for me emotionally, financially, when I needed them the most. So, welcome, Monique. And it's something that I absolutely appreciate, that certain times throughout the years, I couldn't have gotten through without you guys, especially emotionally. Hey, fur baby. And I personally feel that I have built an amazing community. And that includes all of you guys, even previous people. I really feel that I built an amazing little community in our little sector through all the hate, all the bullshit, all the people coming at me all the time. Somehow we survived. Somehow we came out on top. And I cannot thank you guys enough. Hey, Quimbella, I cannot thank you guys enough for that. Especially someone like Gravy, Tinker, who has been, even Allie, who's been here from day one and has been there with me through all the trials and tribulations. And, you know, what is it, 5, 6 years already? For some of you guys, Adrian, Gravy, Tinker, for almost from the first day I started Patreon, you were there with me from Making a Murderer. And I know, Gravy, it's okay. And have, you know, we've had some great times and times that I'm not giving up. You know what I mean? Like, I have no plans on walking away. Hey, Texan. But what I can't handle anymore is the toxicity of live shows and the bullshit of live shows. And then you have these fake ass assholes who call out all the bullshit. Now, let me tell you who I happen to like. And some people may disagree with me. Some people may say I'm crazy. And this girl used to talk about me a lot. Okay, so don't get it twisted. She used to fucking come after me. Nonsense. And the reason why I like nonsense, and she's the only one I like that calls shit out, is because she researches. She does more research than the people she's calling out, like for real. And I can respect that and appreciate that. And I really just, if that's the only one though, that actually takes the time to call people out and do it right. You used to come at me up, and Miss Lee, you've been around a long time. You know what I'm saying. But other than her, everybody else is jumping on this bandwagon, and everybody else is jumping on this, oh, we're going to call it out. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. No bullshit. They don't research. You know, when you watch nonsense, at least you know she's researched it. She knows what the fuck she's talking about. She's not like throwing it out there like 99% of these other people. And I respect her for that. And I do like her. I joined her membership on my own. Like, nobody bought me anything, nothing. So I absolutely appreciate her and the work that she puts into it. I used to be like that. I used to put a ton of work into my channel. And slowly but surely, it started to disintegrate. And things got harder and harder. And I started losing my drive, I guess, my passion, not drive, but passion. And, you know, there were times I thought I was going to leave. There were times that I thought I should leave. And for the most part, though, the drama community pretty much walked away from me. I mean, still like stupid little things here and there, but nothing major. But there are certain people or new people or old people that just can't shut the fuck up. On November 2nd of 2023, I was diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer. I personally think I have been amazing through this whole journey. I have kept you guys aware of my whole journey. I started a channel, but then I walked away from that too. But I I think I've done really well on this journey, not getting too scared, not get, doing what I had to do, speak to my doctors, do everything and do it at my pace. You know what I mean? And the way that I feel it should be done. So I did. And I am very proud of how far I've come. We got like 3 weeks left of radiation and I'll get through it. I'll come out on top. But through the process, it's been the scariest motherfucking thing I've ever had to go through. And at this point, like I said to someone earlier, at this point of my life, the scariest thing I've ever had to go through. So again, do I know I'm going to come out on top? Of course. But at the same time, it's still scary. And maintaining a good front so I didn't scare other people is what I did. But deep down, was I scared? Fucking petrified. Absolutely petrified. But I also knew that I had to remain strong for everybody else. I didn't want to scare anybody. But deep down, I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. I still worry. What if it comes back? But it is what it is. And that's just that. I'm gonna get to her in a minute, Mercy. So during this process, most of the people understood what I was going through. A certain group just didn't give a fuck. And I didn't give a fuck that they didn't give a fuck. Hey, Lamb, you're my old favorite. And I didn't give a fuck that they didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And I think recently what's happened is not that I still give a fuck, because I still don't, but it's gotten to me. Why can't these people just shut the fuck up? Why can't they just give me my fucking time? And I realized because they're fucking miserable human beings. That's why. And they're never going to fucking change. They're just miserable human beings. And there's a whole group of them that all get together and conglomerate and just have Laura hate. Okay, whatever. But I think after all this time, and we're talking 3 years every fucking day going on 4 years, it's gotten to me. Not what they say, because I really don't watch them, but the mentality of let's just continue to talk about someone every motherfucking day, it's gotten to me. And I'm not going to lie, it has. And I have 2 choices. My first choice is to constantly go back at her and them and everything else. No, thank you. That is not my cup of tea. I have no desire to have that kind of negativity in my life. I have no desire to have that kind of fucking hate in my life. No thanks. My second choice is take out the foundation so they crumble. And that's where I'm at. Will they still find stuff? Laura, I'm sure they will. But, when an entire channel's foundation is you, well, take out the fucking foundation. Let's just crack that foundation and then you'll crumble. That's where I'm at. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I have to put my mental health first. And I'm going through so much right now. And so many changes. And let me tell you, a lot of this stirred from me having to shave my fucking head. Even though I'm okay with it now, and I've embraced it, it took such a fucking toll on me. Every time I look at a mirror, it took a toll on me. And it's, oh my God, really? Like, I'm fucking bald? And I think internally, I'm not past it yet. And when you add in this one saying something I did 4 years ago, and this one I did 2 years ago, and this one oh my God, you're such a horrible person, and all the lies that are said about me. And believe me, I am not a fucking angel. Thank you, Sly. I am not a fucking angel at all. I have said some of the most vile shit that has been said in this community. Some, not all. And I own that. And I've apologized for it. And I apologized for it 4 years ago. And I apologized for it 3 years ago. And I apologized for it 2 years ago. And if someone missed that apology, let me say it again. I apologize for all the horrible, vile things that I've said over the last 5 years. I can't take it back. I've totally apologized more than once. Thank you, Mica. I've apologized more than once. And people run around saying, oh, she never takes accountability. I take accountability for everything. Because if I said it to you, you probably fucking deserved it. There's always a reason why I went low or why I said shit. But if I hurt people, other people, not the person I was talking to, but if I hurt other people who were innocent, then I apologize for that. But I shouldn't be held to the standard that I'm held to that nobody else is held to. Nobody. And at this time, I just can't handle hearing every day, Laura, 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 Laura. Laura did this, Laura did that. Twisting something I said that was very innocent into something bad. Knowing that I can't even speak to my people, my community, my life, without somebody recording, twisting, and just changing what I said. That's what I have a hard time with. And that's what I can't fucking deal with. And it's with everything I'm going through, it's just gotten to that point. And it's gotten to the point where I don't want to see Pug's fucking lies every goddamn day about me. I don't want to hear, guess who's live again about you every motherfucking day. I know they've said worse than me, Pearl. You know, oh my God, Laura did this. Laura hasn't done fucking anything. But these people just, since they have nothing, they just make up lies and then people run with it. I am absolutely expected to be perfect. You know, people equate me to Molly. Oh, she must be Molly. And, you know, Molly did this. Molly, what does that have to do with me? Nothing. That's like blaming B. Tim for fucking Queen Bee. Hello? So that kind of started this whole thing, this like roller coaster that I've been on. But to be honest, the toxicity in this community is overkill. It's not fun to do true crime anymore. It's not fun to go live and enjoy your subs and have fun with your subs and get memberships and super chats and, you know, not have to drag a bitch to get it. And it used to be fun getting ideas off everybody. And, you know, then you have these lawyers that now came in. I can't fucking compete with a lawyer. I can't compete with Emily or a lawyer, you know, or DUI guy. The fuck? It's YouTube. Go out and be a lawyer. Let us do fucking YouTube. And now we have Vinnie Politan coming into YouTube. Who the fuck can compete with him? The man's been a professional broadcaster for years. Years. You can't fucking compete with that. And it's like, lawyer, you know, exactly. Like, go out and be a fucking lawyer. Leave YouTube to the non-professionals. But that's where it's at now. And it used to have like sidebar with Court TV or a sidebar with Law and Crime. That was cool. They were just everyday people. They were like, I don't think they're professionals. They're just everyday people. And just like Annie Elise, she's just an everyday person. But that's what Law and Crime channel was set up for. And they had, you know, cameras and courtrooms. And if you stream them, they were going to strike you. They don't do that anymore. But you know what I'm saying? Like now we have all these professionals coming into YouTube. I can't compete with them. And the only way to compete with them or get a leg up from them is to exploit or to kiss ass to the right people, and then you don't have to worry about it. Because if you kiss ass to the right people, you get the little following for that case, and then it'll all go to shit. And, you know, then they'll leave. Like we all know, cases are cyclical. So we won't get the interaction. And that's the other thing, Captain Avi. I'm kind of jumping around here, but that's the other thing. Vinny, Lawyer, you know, and Emily are pretty good at reading chat, though. They really are. So I can't say anything about them. Vinny's horrible at reading chat. Vinny is a typical pay me and I'll read your chat. And I enjoy Vinny, don't get me wrong. But if you want him to read a comment, you're going to pay him. So one of the things that I've always tried to do is not be that way. I've always tried to, you know, read my subs, read what they got to say, make them feel important. And it didn't matter. I lost to people like JLR. I lost to people like Dolly. Popcorn Planet, who I always use as a side note. And that's what people want these T-Rev. That's what people want these days. They want the sensationalism. They will pay for you to read the comment. They understand that, like Turtle Boy gets thousands in his live. He'll tell you straight up. He's like Popcorn Planet. If you want me to read your comment, then pay me for it. And people flock in. And that's what a lot of them started doing. And it honestly got to the point I can't compete with it. I tried to do the opposite. It didn't work. It failed. I mean, it failed miserably. And I see all these channels. I can't say all of them. Like Zav Girl sticks to her guns. By the way, Zav, congratulations on the 100,000. That's awesome. Like, talk about comeback of the year. So proud of her. I don't watch her, but because I don't watch the cases she does, but so proud of her. That is like comeback of the year. But I look at a lot of these channels that sold their fucking soul for subs. Literally sold their soul for subs. I won't do it. I'll never do it. And not only will I not do it, but I can't compete with it either. And I refuse to compete with it. And everybody wants to jump on everybody else's coattails. And it's like, you can't even discuss true crime anymore. You can't even talk about it anymore because it's filled with negativity. Now, and then if you have a big following, literally, if you have a big following, then you're labeled as a tragedy pimp. Another thing that I've always done, I always like, you know, every once in a while, I don't mind having a panel guest or something. But another thing that it's gotten into is a lot of panels. And it's a lot of people talking at once. And, you know, very few do their own research. Very few are doing their own research. Most of the people you guys are watching have people doing their research. And they get their subs and their Patreons and their members to do all the research and just hand it to them. I don't have the time for that. And that's why I said at the beginning of this journey that I was going to step away from true crime for a bit because it was just, I don't have the time to research. But now it just seems like everything is a panel. everyone has panel guests and their subs, and they go on and on and on and on. And before you know it, the creator is doing nothing but sitting there like an idiot. I watched an interview that Nonsense ran with T-Rev. Hey, Coffee, with T-Rev and the dog handler, I think. And I really think these people are picking out these people as just because they're fucking morons. Some of the worst interviews I've ever heard of these people that are getting 3,000 people in a live. And it just seems like the state of the community it's just not somewhere I want to be. And again, the part that's still good, I can't compete with. Nobody can. And it's frustrating. And it's aggravating. But I'm not burnt out. That's the thing. If the state of the community wasn't so fucking toxic, I'd be fine. But it's too toxic. I was trying to say that earlier. I'm not burnt out. Hold on, I got an itch. I don't know what my passion is anymore. I love true crime. And I love that true crime is, for lack of a better way to say it, dirty. And it's vile and it's bloody and it's gross. That's what true crime is. And this community has taken this oath that true crime should be, true crime should be just like no autopsies and no this and no blood and oh my God, you showed this and you show that. That's what true crime is. True crime is ugly. True crime is nasty. True crime is hideous. It's bloody. It's broken bones. It's eyes popping out of your skull. That's what true crime is. It's not wrapped up with a red bow on ID Network. That's not real true crime. So I enjoy real true crime, censored. It's very bored housewife type true crime. And if you don't fit into that bored housewife true crime, then you're labeled as a tragedy pimp and come after you. Hold on, I got an itch in the middle of my back and I can't grab it. Let me find a hanger. I hate that. Hate that. You get it. It's like in the middle of your back and you can't reach it. I know YouTube also limited. I agree with that too. And it sucks that YouTube is limited. But even in Patreon, like look at that girl. She did that in a private Patreon. And people still had a fucking shit fit. And that was not on YouTube. That was private. And that's the other thing. When I got all those big views from Making a Murderer, more than most of this community will ever see. What we had, guilters and innocent. That's what we had. We had people that believed they were guilty and people that believed that Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey were innocent. Hey, that's all we had. And for some reason now, not only do you have guilty and innocent, hold on, let me get him a bone. I can't stand when he barks. It drives me nuts. Why is he barking all the time? He's so annoying. Right, Buko? We got bone for you. We got bone for him. Yeah. Well, I don't know what happened any dog's bones. I don't know why a dog needs a new bone every day. Every day. So now it's like also going after the parents where it's nonstop. Let's attack the parents. I was watching this documentary before, and I really thought of YouTube and how much things have changed. Hold on. I got to pull it up, but I want to show you guys something. The difference between then and now. Bear with me. Hey, Johnny. Because this whole reaction thing is not what it used to be either anymore. Hold on. I was watching it in the car, so I know approximately where it's at. Bear with me. Come on. Okay. Now, I'm mad. I'm going to show you guys. It's a little piece of a documentary I was watching. I'll explain it all after. But you guys tell me, it's only like a minute. But you guys tell me what would happen to this family today. Parents would have been destroyed today. Absolutely fucking destroyed. He would have been labeled as a pedo. She would have been labeled as there were no tears. She's faking it. Destroyed. I mean, absolutely destroyed. And they had nothing to do with their daughter's disappearance. She was killed by a Staten Island serial killer or something. Some crazy man. But you know what I'm saying, though? Absolutely fucking destroyed. And that's why I can't stand this fucking community anymore. They're attacking families for no reason. If you don't go along with it, you're like knocked out. All of a sudden, they want no part of you. And that happened. The judging of creators, judging of parents, judging of everything. It's too much. And it's like, holy fuck, people, back the fuck up. And then if you're wrong, I mean, if you're right, they'll never admit it. Did anybody watch The Father on Sidebar tonight? I was blown away. I'm like, I wonder what Gray thinks of this. Because if this was a creator that came up with this scenario, oh my God, the whole community would be in an uproar. But the father of Mica said it, and I was blown away. I was like, whoa. You guys didn't see it? Did anyone see it? It was really good. Did anyone who didn't see it? Let's start there. Hold on. Hey, Jonesy. Hold on. Of course, the shit's buffering. All right. Hold on. Hold on, I'm rewinding it. Okay. This is a wild, wild ride. I just want you guys to know, as you guys know, I've been following this case. You guys have been following this case. This is a wild fucking ride. Be prepared.
We started recording. I know this can't be easy talking about this and having this amplified and everybody speaking about it. So I know this must be a very difficult time. So my heart goes out to you and your family, and really appreciate you taking the time to come here and talk a little bit more about it.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to start off. How are you and the family doing right now?
We're struggling. You know, we're more united than ever as a family. You know, this is something that has really caused us to drop any little petty arguments or something and focus on what's the important right at this moment. So, you know, we have grieved off and on, but we've also been in fight mode off and on as far as legally and, you know, and speaking out for Mica.
Let's talk about that, because I want to be very clear here. Despite the findings from law enforcement that Mica had died by her own hand, that the sheriff's office saying John Paul was not in Robeson County when Mica died, do you believe there is more to the story, correct?
Yes, it's there's a lot of details that they did not cover, and because it was equivalent in their eyes to previous self-inflicted wounds, I believe the law allows them.
I got to stop for fair use, but it's coming up, and you guys are going to be blown away at the scenario that he put together.
To do less work. It does not prevent them from doing more work. And since there were multiple shell casings found and a live round found, it already didn't make much sense. So it would.
Did you guys know there were multiple casings found? Multiple shell casings and a bullet in a tree? I did not know that. Did you guys know that? I did not. I never heard that before.
Seemed that they would automatically do a complete toxicology, not just blood alcohol, and a complete autopsy, which they did not do. And we're just devastated that they didn't, because John Paul rushed the cremation process. So, and like during the briefing, we pressed pretty hard for more information and such, and the sheriff's office was trying to compress the briefing for us, and then they gave us a flash drive. It doesn't sound like Mica during the 911 call. She's so slow and so, you know, but then later there are, I haven't even heard them myself, honestly. I have someone who's going through all that for me and filtering the information, because otherwise, the more information I get that sounds off, the more furious I get, and I need to be able to focus and control my emotions. So, but there was screaming going on and such, and that's not something indicative of a self-inflicted. You know, that's sounds like a you know, a fight. And
Now, I don't know where he's getting this from. I heard the 911 call 1,000 times. I don't know what he's hearing. Joseph Morris, the faker, the liar, the fraud creator, he claims that all this stuff is in the beginning of the call and that he enhanced it, but you never know. A lot of his stuff is fake as fuck.
And with the bruising on her hands and on her arm, scratches on her hands, indicating defensive wounds. So very frustrating.
What when you say defensive wounds, is that something that was told to you?
Now, mind you, Jesse Weber is as confused as we are. He's like, what are you talking about? Where did this come from?
By a medical professional when you talked about multiple casings there? Where did you get this information? And when you brought this information to law enforcement or brought it or mentioned to them, what did they say?
Okay, as far as finding out, the park ranger took us back to the scene and pointed out, here's where she would have been standing. Here's where the shell casings and the live round were, which also doesn't make sense. She knew how to use a weapon. She got the weapon for self-protection. She told me days beforehand, Dad, I really feel like I need a weapon for protection. And she knows how to use it. She's qualified. She's been through training. She's not going to charge the weapon and eject a live round. She already knows the first rule of gun, use is knowing the condition of the gun. So we got the information about the shells. I did it directly from the park ranger. And then when we brought that up to law enforcement, they just said, well, they had no answer. They really just had no answer why, any kind of, not even a speculation. They didn't even say, well, she probably did this, probably did that. They just said, this is what we have. And there is what would be an apparent bullet hole in a tree, which I have a picture of. And they just didn't seem to put the effort forth. So we were very disappointed in that.
And the defensive wounds, was that from the park ranger too,
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we looked at her hands during the viewing. We took pictures of her from the viewing. It was the worst day of my life. And she had scratches on her arms and on her hand. And the coroner in training had the chief coroner with her, but she spoke out and said, well, maybe that's from when they retrieved her from the water. And I said, okay, of course, maybe. Was there blood in those scratches and such? They had no answer. Very disappointing. So
it seems the park ranger told him this stuff, but wait till you hear what he thinks happened. It's wild. And then I'll go back to me, but I wanted to show you guys this anyway, because I thought it was fucking wild.
I basically said the scratches indicate some type of scuffle or something, because the area where she was, there was no trees or anything anyway. There was no trees in the water. There was nothing there that would have scratched her hands the way they were. Like this. So, it showed it indicated that there was, some type of pressure. That's where the bruise was, and just,
Well, Michael, here's the thing. And I hate to ask you this, and I know it must be difficult to revisit it, but when you mentioned the 911 phone call, when that came out, I think a lot of people who were suspecting there might be something there, they were convinced that that was the end of the story. When you mentioned that 911 phone call, you said there's something about the way that Mica sounded on the phone that sounded odd to you. What do you mean by
absolutely.
that?
Very slow speech. She's a very happy-go-lucky, excitable person. And it was too slow. It was very slow. It was metered. It could have been done with an AI type of previous recordings where somebody would have had those words from her previously, or, whatever. And so it just doesn't make sense that he would go up there.
Do you have a theory as to what happened? Because authorities are saying, they crossed out his alibi of where he was. Do you have a theory as to what happened? And again, I know this is sensitive, so if you don't want to.
British Chippy, wait till you hear this theory.
share it, I understand. But do you have a theory as to what you believe happened to your daughter?
Okay, well, I'll share what we spoke to about with the authority, the sheriff in North Carolina. Also, as far as with his location, we've seen pictures of his truck. It had dark windows. Was it even him in there? Where's pictures of him physically there? We haven't seen those. They've not been produced. If someone else has them, we would like to see them to prove that he was there, because otherwise it could be anybody in that truck. So the theory would be that because she had multiple tracking devices put on her car previously, that she was followed out to the park or forced to go out to the park, and they either follow her out there, or there's no reason for her to go out there. That's the main point as well. She's never been out there. We don't go up there. It's not a family spot. And she was off the trail enough into a park ranger only area that nobody knows about. And so the theory would be that she it was either tracked, and then they said, well, we didn't find a tracking device. Well, they could have removed it at the park. When the car was at the park and then it was collected by the authorities, they didn't check for a tracker, which blew my mind. They said, oh, we have all the evidence and everything. We asked them, was there a tracker on her car? And they said, well, we didn't check. And we were flabbergasted. This happened over and over during that interview. Why didn't you check that? We know that there was 3 or 4 trackers put on her vehicles. Why wouldn't you check to see if she was followed? They said, oh, there's no cameras, but we know she wasn't followed. Her car is just out here. And I said, well, there's no trackers. They said no tracker. I said, well, they could have removed it after they did the deed. So then Mica's mother, Angelita, she said, pretend this is Mica's hand. And she asked me, grab this hand. And then she pulled it up, and said, it looks like someone squeezed her hand and raised it up and shot. And there are defensive wounds from it and such. And that's the general idea of our theory, that somebody crushed her hand to hold the gun up to her head while she's fighting. Either them or someone else held her other hand or her other arm back, because there's bruising on it from squeezing. And they forced it to look like that was self-inflicted. And a couple of rounds went off during the scuffle. One ejected was live. And then it finally happened the way they would want it to happen. And then dumped her in the water, probably 40 meters away from where the shell casings in the gun was found. The water doesn't flow there. It's a slough. It's still. It just sinks. And it actually flows when it sinks, when it recesses, it goes the other direction from where she was found. So her body, even if it was put in the water right there, would not have flowed the direction where she was found. It would flow the other way. So it would be possible that the incident occurred right there, and the shell casings, and then the gun was dumped in the water right there. And then she was carried farther 40 meters back into a little bit more secluded area where she was found.
So Sierra Francis now joins the conversation. This is Mica's sister. Sierra, thank you.
How wild is that, though? I was like, whoa, that puts a whole new spin on this case. I thought it was wild. I was like, you know what? Somehow I got to share that. But isn't that, I was like, oh my God. And if you want to watch the whole thing, it's on Law and Crime Channel. Shut up. Come here. Come here. Come here. No. Stop barking at him. All right. So back to original topic. I just want to show you guys that. But it's no longer that even something like that, you used to just be able to discuss it with your audience. And I remember going on, I think it was Brittany J's channel. I think it was Brittany J's channel. Like way back in the beginning of Sebastian's case. And I said, I don't like Seth. I don't trust Seth. I was like blacklisted. Everyone's like, oh my God, Seth is such an angel. How could you say that? Blah, blah, blah. because I don't like the guy. There's something about him that gives me the fucking creeps. And I wasn't blacklisted, but people were like, how dare you say that? But if I would have gone after the Proudfoots, I would have 700 people in a live. That's where this has gone to. That's where this community has gone to. You can no longer discuss your feelings without getting so much backlash from so many people that it's not even worth it. And when you try to talk to people, then they get brainwashed from other channels. And then that's part of where it just doesn't become fun anymore. Or you have to go to, the opposite side where you have to be a lawyer to get taken seriously. Or you got to just go to the masses. And it is exhausting. It's just too much. And it's made it not fun anymore. It's made it where you just don't want to have fun anymore. Like, you want to have fun, but you just lose it. And then you have somebody fucking talking about you every goddamn day, Monday to Friday. And it's just too much. Did I like going live? I absolutely did. I noticed a couple of days ago, sometimes I get depressed when I don't go live because I miss you guys. I miss having that avenue to talk to. I miss having that avenue to vent. I miss having, because I work out of the house. So I don't have I have friends, but I don't have a job to go to every day where I am interacting with other adults. That's what I have you guys for. And there were times that I realized that sometimes I'm more depressed when I don't go live. But then when I went live and I look on YouTube and I try to find someone I like to listen to, I don't even want to listen to it. I can't listen to anybody anymore. And then when you go to the bigger channels like Emily Baker or Lawyer Vinny, yeah, you can listen, but you can't get a fucking word in edgewise. You can't get a comment read. You can't get a comment asked or answered unless you pay it, unless you pay for it. And I understand, like Emily Baker, I don't blame the woman. She's got 30,000 people in a live. She can't read all comments. I get that. Same thing with Lawyer You have 10,000 people in a live. I understand why you have to get paid to read a comment. But I've seen many people with only 500 that should absolutely be able to read their chat, and they don't. So it's frustrating. And that's why I'm more on YouTube and Netflix and all this other stuff. And then when I go live, I'm like, what am I going to talk about? And then whatever I talk about, even if it's personal, gets twisted, gets clipped, ends up on a fucking clip channel, ends up with some psycho who talks about me Monday to Friday every fucking day for 3.5 years already, doesn't give a fuck what I'm going through. And I'm sorry, but I need a break. I don't know how anybody could talk about me this much. I really don't. But she does. She finds a way. The live streams, yours and others, stop me from overthinking. Like I said, I am still going to do uploads. A long time ago, and I say a long time ago, like 3 years ago, I wanted to do like 48-hour specials, documentaries. All right, at the time, I didn't realize how much work would be in it. So then I'm like, you know what? I do really well with shorts. Like, I do a 6-second short with the dogs, 30 subscribers added. I do a 5-second video with a baby, 12 subscribers added. Like, that's where all my subs are coming from, is shorts. So then I thought, okay, let me do true crime shorts. Then I found this tool last night, this software where I can do a full video and it actually breaks it up for me in shorts. I was like, ooh, this is good. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here. But I just want to crumble other people's houses if I can. I may get depressed and want to go live. But I really feel for my own mental state of mind, I need to refocus. I need to focus on my candle business. I need to focus on why I refocus why I started YouTube in the first place. I need to focus on my life, my health, getting my sanity back together. And I think that one of the things that holds me back is going live and trying to find content and then fighting with people. And I don't want to do drama anymore. I don't want to fight with people anymore. It's so fucking 2019. That's why I ignored fucking TM when she did it. Why I ignored Alicia when she did it. Like, I don't give a fuck about what you think of me. Whatever. Because I knew it would be a 2-3 day thing and then they would move on. But this one, actually a few of them just don't stop. Years and years and years and years and years. Every single fucking day. It wears a bitch down. It does. But that's why I'm saying I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving YouTube. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm leaving YouTube because I'm not. Because I'm not ready to leave. You know what I mean? I enjoy you guys. I love the community that I built. I love continuing to grow. I love, as many people as I've helped. People that have told me how much I've helped them, that I've given them strength, that my fight is their fight. So many people messaged me today, please don't leave and we need you and blah, blah, blah. And that's why I'm saying, let me do one last live for now. Let everyone know that I'm not going anywhere. It's just the nonstop attacks, the nonstop lies, even people that I've made peace with, they still can't fucking let up. And I don't get it. I just don't get it. Oh, you don't like shorts? Well, actually, Crystal, you don't have to worry, though, because the full length will be put in Patreon, and then I will divide it up for shorts. So you won't have to worry about that, though. Anyone that likes full length, those will be in Patreon. But I just feel like I want to do what I set out to do in the first place. And that was make a difference in some of these cases. When I say make a difference, I do not mean like I'm going to solve the case. I mean, like when I started with Making a Murderer, I had a mouth. I was one of the first pioneers of that community on YouTube. There were a few of us. And, we wanted our voice heard, and we just kept building and building and building and building and building until the community was big. And for that, like, it was great. And I, knowing that I started at the bottom and that I started at nothing. And a lot of people, I look at JLR with 200,000. Yeah, that's great. But I'm proud of how far I've come. I'm proud that nobody in the fucking drama communities even come close to 20,000. And I left Making a Murderer with 5,000. I mean, it was all uploads, but I left with 5,000. Everything after that came from the drama community and true crime. And there's not a person that I started with that even come close to the numbers that I've had. So I'm very happy with how far I've come, especially compared to everybody else in that in this sector, I fucking quadrupled their numbers. So I'm proud of that. I really am. The only one that's like quadrupled me was Molly. So, and I did it honestly. I didn't do it like fucked up. I did it honestly. And I'm proud of that. So I'm not willing to just walk away from that. And nor do I plan to just walk away from that. But I definitely need to refocus. And Patreons, you're not going to really see a difference. I'm still going to be around every day. Members, I'm still going to be around. But I need to find my passion again. I need to find what I really want to do. I love candles. I love making candles. I love doing crafts. I may not be great at crafts, but I love doing them. And, that's the other thing I wouldn't leave YouTube. My candle business is big on YouTube. And believe me, I need the business. So you're not going to see me fucking disappear. But, then I had this idea to do candles and crime, which I'm still thinking of doing. But even that, I said it was going to be uploads. And, at this point, I already know that I'm going to be picked fucking apart everything I do. Every single thing I say or do is going to be picked apart. And that makes me not want to do it. That makes me, you know what? Fuck it. I can't handle this right now. I can't handle every fucking thing I do is going to be twisted. It's going to be clipped. It's going to be this. I just can't do it anymore. So I know, Amber, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's easy to say ignore them, Christine, because I can ignore someone for a little while. But after 3.5 years, every single day, it takes a toll on you. It really does. And no matter how many times you try to ignore it, it's still in your head. And you still know that every fucking day, this stupid bitch is going to fucking run her mouth and twist everything you say and come up with her own fucking theories. Hey, Sammy. And it's just too much. Candles and crime. And that's still like, I may still do that. I did my first reel yesterday for Instagram, with candles, because they're saying like, that's what you have to do. I need to refocus on candles. I need to redo the website. I got to get rid of the Mother's Day stuff. And when I'm worried about researching and doing stuff for lives, I can't focus on too many things at once. Now I got radiation every motherfucking day in the middle of the day. And it's like, before you know it, I'm all over the place and nothing is getting done. Then I come home and I got to cook dinner for Dayton and now Phoenix. And financially, Phoenix is eating everything in sight. He doesn't even understand it. Thank you, sissy. I told the kids today, don't look at me like that. I told you today, I can't afford $1,500 a month in food. Dayton I can control because he don't eat that much anymore. But Phoenix comes home with his healthy meals and he meals preps. And before you know it, he's got every vegetable I bought yesterday in his meals. And he got mad at me for eating his chicken when he ate all my chicken. Because he went out and bought some of his own stuff yesterday. But it's like all of these things. And then I got to worry about this fucking asshole just running her mouth every fucking day. It's just too much. They aren't even embarrassed. They have no content. I agree. And I posted a short the other day that's very true. And that is, people talk about you because nobody would watch them if they talk about themselves. And I posted that, and it's really, really true. Nobody would watch her if she doesn't talk about me. So just shut the fuck up. End of story. Done. Health is more important. I agree. And radiation, someone just asked me about radiation. Radiation is going well. One thing I noticed though, like when I was in the shower today, I had to cover my nipple. I noticed my nipple was like sore. I don't know if it was my nipple that's sore or I don't know, but I had to cover it because the water on it hurt. I know, right, Jeep Girl? They just eat. And they joined the gym today. And he just doesn't get it. I know, Tinker. That's the thing. Like, I gotta, I should be able to have fun. Like, we used to have Laura-isms. And now it's like they're picked apart. If, God forbid, I say something wrong, she fucking writes it down. Like, holy shit. Oh, let me make merch out of something Laura said wrong. And you just, you can laugh at it, but it gets to the point after 3.5 years, you like over 900 days that somebody is nonstop picking you apart. Think about that for a second. And that's light. Like, I'm sure I'm way off. Yeah, he's working. I'm sure I'm way off. But you got to average 1,000 in 3 years, 1,000 days. So we'll give her 100 days off. I don't know, but even 800, 700 fucking days of somebody talking about you and picking you apart. It's just too much. Even having cancer, going through chemo, it doesn't matter. She doesn't fucking care. And it's always one excuse after the next. Why is she talking about me? Why is she doing this? Just leave me the fuck alone. And she can't do it. So we're just going to fucking pull the rug out from under her. Now I'm giving her nothing to talk about. And she can move on her merry way. And she wants to go through old lives. Well, that's fine. Then I'll fucking put them on private. I don't know. I agree, Sammy. At the very minimum, while you're going through cancer. I agree. And her own friend is going through radiation. So she knows what I've been through. And it doesn't fucking matter. And the people in her chat are just as bad, if not worse. People in her chat are fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That's what I'm saying, sissy. It's not even like I'm acting like I did in 2019. You know what I mean? If I was the person I was in 2019 or 2020, and I was still doing some of those things or saying some of those things, I get that. But I'm not even close to that person or doing anything like that. I'm just trying to live my life, run my business, build my business. That's another thing. Someone trashing my business every fucking day. Like, bitch, you copied my business. Stop. I don't ever talk about her fucking business, but she doesn't shut the fuck up about mine. Going through my website. Who does that? But that's why it's just taken a toll. And I can ignore it. But as I've said before, my subs don't ignore it. My subs hear it. My subs see it. They don't want to see it. And it's not fair that they have to see it. It's not fair that my Patreons have to get aggravated. And these were people that used to actually like MM. They did. They actually liked her. Well, she fucked that up. You can't do, that's what I'm saying. And most of the people don't, I don't even think, someone said B. Tim doesn't even really mention me anymore. That's awesome. Thank you. But, and let me tell you, I've gotten some amazing feedback on the air fresheners. So for those of you that bought it, awesome. Exactly. Thought going after someone's business or job is going real life. Unless it's Laura or kids or anything. It's insane. Her subs don't have brains. They just lie and they continue to lie. And then this one lies and then that one makes up a lie and they just run with it. They absolutely run with it. I don't know, Sammy. I say the same thing. And like I said, I may pop on once in a blue moon just because I'm upset or I'm, and I'm not going to leave you guys hanging once I finish radiation. I'll let you guys know when I'm done. But, and I know there's a lot of people here that do care about me. There's a lot of people here that support me. There's a lot of people here that want me to stick around and don't want to see me, get inside my own head. And I appreciate all you guys. I really, truly do. It's too negative and too toxic. Ah, thanks, Kelsey. It's just too negative and too toxic. And the toxicity doesn't seem to go away. It seems to get worse and worse and worse. And I don't know why it never seems to change. Kelsey, what months do you think I'm sending them, by the way? I mean, they're done. They've been curing. I just remember that. I was going to email you, but since you're here, I might as well ask you. And don't get me wrong, like everyone's saying I need to take care of myself. Yes, I do, but I can't not make money, and that's the other thing. I can't not, I'm going to work twice as hard to sell 10 times more candles, even if I have to go live and do nothing but candles. I cannot make money. You know what I mean? Like everyone thinks like I didn't win lotto all of a sudden that, oh, let me just take some time off. I can't do that. I don't have the option to do that. Thank you, Libby. Yay. I hope everybody got it before Mother's Day. I am going to be doing TikTok, Instagram. That's another thing. I need to get my social media up to date. Not up to date, but everything I'm supposed to do, and I'm doing so much. And if I focus and I make out a plan like I have, and I make a set plan and stick with it like a everyday schedule, then yes, I can do this. Okay. All right. Let me know, Kelsey. And that's what I'm saying. I'm definitely gonna push my candles more. I just can't handle the toxicity and even though YouTube is a job for me, I mean, it really is. It supported me for many, many years. And it's not that it shouldn't feel like a job, but you ever work at a job a long time and you don't want to go to work anymore? You want to go to work because you want to see all your friends, but you don't want to put in the effort. That's what I feel like. That's where I'm at. I want to go live and speak to you guys and have fun. But I know that it's only going to turn around and be a fucking headache. And, I want to, do true crime the way true crime is supposed to be done. But in order to focus on that, I need to regroup and get everything else in order. You know what I mean? Crime and candles. I know a lot of people wanted that. And I'm still going to do it. I just need to focus. And again, those were uploads anyway, though. That wasn't going to be live. That was uploads anyway. And I just need to get everything focused on, social media. And I didn't even realize there was so much to Instagram and Facebook. And, everyone's saying that you're not going to get anywhere on Facebook without paying for ads. And then I met someone last night who said that She paid $1,000 and didn't get one order out of it. I said, yeah, that would be my luck, but I'm not paying $1,000. But then they say Instagram, you have to do reels and you have to do this and you have to do that. And it's, oh my God. But then I hear TikTok, you have to, go live and, do candles and show you candles, and same thing on Instagram. It's just so many different avenues. So I say to myself, where do I want to be? What do I want? I want my candle business to grow. I want my candle business to blow the fuck up. That's what I want. So how am I going to get there? I'm not going to get there if I'm solely focused on trying to compete with all the assholes on YouTube and all the toxicity on YouTube, and worried about the toxicity on YouTube, and people bashing my candles who have never even fucking owned one on YouTube. Or I come out with a new product that I'm really proud of, that everyone loves. I got better feedback than I thought I was going to get, to be honest with you. And I'm very happy with that. So now we need to grow that. Now we need to, okay, let's make a reel for it. Like all those things. And my candle business, I wouldn't have even had if it wasn't for you guys. I wouldn't have even been able to start it. And for that, I'm in debt to you guys. Like, I appreciate it so much. I'm just at the point I've been stagnant and I need to go to the next level. And I can't go to the next level if I'm stuck in a bunch of toxicity. You know what I mean? Toxic energy. It drains you. It brings me out from where, my focus in the first place. Like this Mica stuff. It used to be where we could talk about something and then, here, let me show you guys what I was watching before. And then I show you, and then we could go back to something else. All these righteous do-gooders, oh my God, you can't talk about drama and true crime in the same sentence, in the same live. And then 15 do-gooders would say that. And it's fucking annoying. And it's like, oh my God, now I can't fucking talk about it. Now I can't just bring to my audience something that I saw that I enjoyed, because now everyone's going to fucking be in an uproar about it. And I'm going to have 15 fucking people making videos. Oh my God, Laura's so horrible for doing that. But that's the toxicity I can't handle. I know I can, Jeanette. I haven't really figured out how to use TikTok. I joke around that I'm TikTok famous because I have like 130 subscribers or whatever. But, it's also hard starting over, that you got to start at the bottom. Exactly. New rule. You must buy a new product. You must buy and try a product before reviewing it. New concept. Right, Christine? And those of you that have been around a long time know exactly what I'm talking about too. Yeah, I just started LCP. I just made my first reel yesterday. Because I also stopped posting on Instagram because I'm like, nobody watches. I get like 2 likes. I'm like, what the fuck is the point? Hey. Why is he so annoying? And I do keep it separate, kind of, but I can't on YouTube because it's already in conjunction. Is it going to be separate on other platforms? Like, do you find anything with true crime on Instagram? No, it's all candles. Do you find anything on TikTok about Instagram or candles at the moment? No, you don't. So thank you, Grandma Sherry. Now, there's no money in shorts until you go viral. And for some reason, YouTube doesn't like me that much. But even on videos with like 3,000 views, I have like added 23 subscribers, 30 subscribers. I'm like, damn. I agree, Penny. There's a group of people on YouTube making it hard to enjoy being around it these days. I am not on Etsy. I mean, I am on Etsy, but I don't sell anything on Etsy yet. And that's my whole point, Penny. You're either, like I said earlier, you're either exploiting children or you're calling out the people exploiting children. It's ridiculous. There's no happy medium anymore. And one of the only creators that I've seen do their own research is Dietz. That's why I respect Dietz. Most of these creators don't do their own research. I think Gray does. Chasing does. But most of them, they got people giving them stuff all the time. They look at it for 2 seconds and they go live and subs come up and discuss it. That's how it is. Taking sides against parents. I agree, Amber. It's the Sebastian, I was going to say Seth Rogers. The Sebastian Rogers case has destroyed true crime. And that's another thing. Gladys, you just reminded me. That's another thing. I bought a year ago stuff to make merch, t-shirts, mugs, tumblers. Have I done it yet? No. Why? I have no fucking idea. Can I do it? Absolutely. I know how to make them. I bought a printer just for sublimation. I still haven't even learned how to use it yet. Cork asked me to make something like a year ago. I still haven't figured out how to use it. I haven't even tried. I got the ink. I got everything. I just haven't done it. That's another thing I need to focus on. I need to focus on making stuff and making shirts and making mugs and making tumblers. I don't know why I haven't done it. Because I'm so busy doing everything else. Oh my God, Tinker, that was hysterical. I just put Bra Boy on. I don't even know where that is. I gotta find that. I may have erased that. I don't even know what channel that was on. I may have erased it. I honestly don't remember which channel that was even on. I know, Amber. But even before I was diagnosed with cancer, I should have done it a year ago. And I have 2 crickets. I just didn't. Some creators of merchandise only have shorts. I know, Tinker. I just don't remember what channel it was on. I have to look, but some channels were deleted. So I don't know. I have to look. What did I call that? Bra Boy? That would make a good short. I mean, I'm assuming it was on either this one or my other one. I don't think I would have erased it, though. You may miss me forever. I'm not going anywhere. I love when people say that, like, I'm leaving forever. I'm not leaving. Let me see. I don't see it on. I don't see it. I don't remember what I named it. But that was funny as hell. Yeah, I don't see it. Collecting bugs? Oh, I don't see it. But it's funny. The first when I put in Phoenix's Bra Boy PURPLEXEDQT. Molly's the first one that comes up. Yeah, I don't see it. There was a video. It was raining out. It was a couple of years ago. It was raining out, and Phoenix went to put the garbage out, and my bra got stuck on his shorts or something, and he ran out, and I was live with it. It was fucking hysterical. But I don't see it anywhere. Yeah, it was stormy and windy, and he goes running out, and it had my bra stuck to it on his ass. It was fucking hysterical, but I don't see it anywhere. I think I may have deleted it accidentally. When I put in perplex, Purple Phoenix comes up. It was funny. I don't see it anywhere. Oh, well. I have to look. I could have sworn I said it. I named it Bra Boy. Remember the 4-year-old you showed us yesterday? Can't wait for them to twist the bra video. Oh, God. I'm glad you guys agreed with me on it, though, because I'm like, I'm sorry, but this is sick. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere. That was funny, though. It really was. Let me try my other channel. Although I don't think it's still up there, but it can't hurt to look. I think I found it. Yep, I found it. Hold on. It's too long for a short, though, because it's 2 minutes, but you guys want to see it if you never saw it before? It's funny as hell. Hold on. I don't know. I guess we got some more. I didn't know we were. Whoa. Go get him. You got a brush. Give it back. Steven, you have a brush. Step on the back. He was naked. You have a brush. Classic video. I guess I can turn it into a short. I just have to cut out the first minute of the tree falling. You remember that? Yeah. The tree, my neighbor's tree went completely in half. Yeah, I got to turn that into a short. Isn't that hilarious? Poor Phoenix. Forever known as Bra Boy. See, even then, though, like I edited videos, I added stuff. I don't do that shit anymore. Like I lost my thing for it. You know what I mean? that's where I need to refocus. Even making 2-minute videos used to add little things to it, and I stopped doing it. This video is from 3 years ago. 3 years ago. May 6th of 2021. Crazy. Okay. Libby, can you address Marie's video going around with you saying there weren't racist comments made by one of your members and there were dozens? As Japanese kids, mom, and your fam, please address it. Libby, I have addressed this so many fucking times. Okay. And thank you, by the way, for the super chat. All right, let me explain this. For the 100th time. Morbid was coming after me. Hardcore. For no reason. Morbid was saying some of the most vile shit about me at that time for no reason. I have protective members. Marie, who's always been a good supporter of mine, who has been, I'll address it for the final time, Crystal, who has been nothing but supportive of me and nothing but caring and nothing but wanting to see the best for me, was pissed off at Morbid for constantly coming at me and trying to embarrass me. And, you know, he was saying some vile shit. So because of that, Marie had made a comment that she did not really feel was racist. And in the way she said it, from the way it was explained to me, I wasn't there. It really wasn't racist. And I mean, have you guys heard the things Morbid says? Like, you want to talk about racist? Morbid's pretty fucking racist. So for Morbid to get all his panties in bunches because she said something about Japanese fathers or something, Morbid says that shit all the time. Marie didn't say anything that Morbid doesn't say. So that's where it, like, the disconnect came, because Marie was kind of just repeating what Morbid said. And yeah, that's another thing. Morbid came on my panel and then I got porn bombed. And Morbid's chat was saying some vile shit about me, even to the point I heard my cancer wasn't real. And they were saying, you know, all this vile shit. I don't, Libby, what are you talking about? Dozens. There was one comment. She literally made one comment. One. So this thing where she said tons of things, that's a lie. She did not. She made one comment one time. And everybody's like flipping out over it. And I've been asked to explain it a lot. And I just usually ignored it. But now I'm explaining it. Might as well go out with a bang now. But I just figure, you know, let's explain it. But she didn't say anything that Morbid doesn't say. And you can't take someone who makes all these vile comments. I only knew of one. I only know of one. And Morbid makes vile dozens of racial comments about other people. I'm not Marie. It was one Libby, it was one comment dragged dozens of times. Thank you. Thank you, Allie. That's why I thought it was one comment. I think Emma's the one who said dozens, so it fits like some are going. Why is involved? Now all of a sudden she likes Morbid? Yeah, I don't get why she's even involved in it. Oh, wait, because I'm involved. Libby, honestly, I don't care about the video. I honestly don't. Anybody can make a video fit any narrative they want. So she was mad. Maybe she was mad. Maybe she was mad because he was coming after me. And MM is not one that should be saying anything because she makes fucking racist comments all the fucking time. Morbid has sworn he's going to do better since Heels passed. I mean, Morbid came on my panel. We had a great conversation. There's no doubt about it. Till he got too drunk and then I had to get rid of him. I don't believe that, Libby. I do not believe that. And anybody can make a fake account. Anybody. I knew about one comment, Libby, not about millions. Millions of comments could be made by anybody. Crystal could make a fake account and go in there and pretend that she's this person and make all these vile comments. It happens all the time. Yeah, but it could be anybody. Literally anybody. But I don't think if Morbid is so offended by it, he needs to look at how racist he is. Just saying. But Marie was sticking up for me. I don't believe that, Libby. I do not believe there were dozens of comments. There's no reason for her to make dozens of comments. Heels had Morbid blocked, and Morbid trolled the fuck out of her, so missed me with he's going to do better. Yeah, I think they made up, though. I do think they made up. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying, I don't care. It's not my monkey. It's not my circus. I don't care. It was months ago. Whatever happened between them happened. It's over. I don't care about some video. Anything could be fucking altered. I could pretend to be Maria and go in there and run my mouth 100 times. If she was on panel and said it, then there's proof. There's no proof that that was her. And she never told me there were dozens of comments. I knew about one. So there's no proof that that was even her. Anyone could pretend to be her and make all these vile comments. But again, goes back to the toxicity and the righteous do-gooders. Okay, so even if she said vile things, okay, so is Morbid. So have I. So have a lot of people. A lot of people would fucking make vile I've heard vile comments. I've heard some of the most vile shit come out of some of these people's mouths. I've heard some of the most vile shit come out of Morbid's mouth. There's tons of accounts being cloned. Tons. I'm cloned. Queen Bee's cloned. I've seen Tawanda cloned. I've seen Galera cloned. Seen a lot of people cloned. I've seen The Truth cloned. I've seen Molly cloned. Certain people just get cloned. $50 Shades clone you? Really? That's what I'm saying, Christy. I don't get it either. Jamie, even if it wasn't a clone, there's no proof. I knew of one comment. If this was, let me just say, if this was the Good Nunyas chat, okay? If it was the Good Nunyas chat and somebody went in there making racist comments, I can see people getting more upset. But fucking Morbid is the king of making racist comments. Come on. You guys are making it out like it's such a big deal. You're B. Ferg's best friend? I'm sorry. You poor thing. That's true too. You have fake receipts. But nobody's a bigger racist than fucking Morbid. So if you're going to defend Morbid, I don't know what to tell you. Let's not act like Morbid is a fucking angel here. Hey, Speak Truth. I can't believe people are just now learning about clones. I know. Hey, Tanya. I'll make a double of you, Tanya. But seriously, like I say, if this was someone like Nunya, I get it. Woman's never said a racist thing in her life. But Morbid? You're going to get mad at me for sticking up for a member, but you're defending Morbid? Okay. I'm sorry. I can't respect that either. So don't get mad at me while you're defending Morbid. And again, me and Morbid had a nice conversation the other day about this case. But I mean, let's be real here. If I only had the live recording, you may all think differently of Morbid. Even Morbid can't defend Morbid. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Mr. Nobody. No, they couldn't have Bedwolf. B-Ferg doesn't know where the Caribbean is and thinks I live in Mexico. Can I just tell you guys, my mom came back yesterday. They're leaving again back to Europe for another month in 5 weeks. Talk about living your best life. They just came home after a 30-day trip overseas. And now they go back in another 5 weeks. I want to be 78 and wealthy. And then they're going for another month. They're going to Italy. They're going to Spain. They're going to, I think, the French Riviera. All over. So jelly. I know. They just got back from this Paris and this world trip. Greece, somewhere else. I don't know. She told me last night where they're going. I forgot. And then in 2-3 weeks, when they come back from that, they're going away again. It's crazy. I know, right? I think they are going to Switzerland. I forgot. I do need a trip like that. Debbie was going to take me to Paris if I ended up with lung cancer, but thank God I don't. Karen Jamie from Outlander? I don't know. I don't watch that. Maybe people thought they should show the toxic behavior we were just talking about. I'm over everyone being called racist or a pedo. I agree. I definitely agree. Oh, she is living the life. Let me see if Sage remembers where she's going. Hold on. Tawanda, how am I going to read all this now? Tawanda wrote me a book. Oh, no. That's me, I think. Oh, no, that's you. Oh, yeah. No, it was voice recording. Tawanda almost got an entire live on a voice recording. Racing all of it. My ex is going to England. I always wanted to go to England. My brother went to England. Thank God this didn't send. Tawanda would be like, oh my God. I'm still erasing it. Guess that's why she got another 1,000 out of me. Who, me? I wish. Boop. All right, I'll have to erase the race later. Stage. Hold on. Where are they? Oh. I just asked Sage. Thank you, Allie. I just asked Sage. How long we? I don't know. However long it takes me to get my head together and just get everything together. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not taking a break from YouTube. I'm just taking a break from going live. And meanwhile, I'm going to spend more time actually editing videos, but I want to find my passion again. She's doing good. Her and Phoenix were fighting before. You know, typical brother, twin love. Dummy me is like, go out, guys. Go out together. And I came here and all I did was fight. Hey, French, I've been saying for a long time, live streaming is killing true crime. It's not a way to get your expertise out there. Uploading videos and expanding on other SM will be the new venture. I agree. I totally agree. Hold on. Say, answer your damn phone.
Hello?
Hey, do you remember where Grandma and Howard are going next month?
I don't remember why.
I was just talking about it. I don't remember. So I'm sure she's sleeping.
Isn't it like
It's 10:17 there. They're jet lagged. They just got in last night.
yeah,
All right. Love you.
love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, all they did was fight today. I was like, oh my God, can you guys stop? But it's not even that, Frenchie. It's just in general. The whole dynamic of YouTube right now is just horrible. You either have to be a complete expert, like I was saying earlier. It's not fair that these lawyers and Vinnie Politan and all these professionals are now taking over YouTube. Like, go be a lawyer. Go do your thing. Leave, YouTube to us non-professionals. So we can like discuss cases and just, have fun, and all that's lost now. Everything's exploiting or, pro. And I like watching the lawyers sometimes, but I don't want them in every fucking case. I hate to say that, but I don't. Every single case they're in. Every big case they're in. You can't compete with them because they're good. It's not like they're assholes. Melanie Little's another one that I never watched her, but other people enjoy. You can't compete with a lawyer who just knows the shit. You know what I mean? Exactly, Allie. And like I said, when I wanted to just talk, hang out with my subs or just, have a good time, I got somebody fucking analyzing my every goddamn word. And that makes that not fun anymore either. If she didn't analyze every fucking thing I said, I probably would still go live. But it's not fun anymore. It needs to be fun again. Make YouTube fun again. Hey, Zoe, make YouTube fun again. Like I said, I'm still going to be doing lives in Patreon. I'm still going to be doing lives for members once in a blue moon. I don't want to lose members because they don't think I'm going to do live. I'm going to do private videos for members too, So I need to stress, I'm not giving up on you guys. I'm not telling you guys support me and I'm not going to give anything back. The only thing that's changing is I'm just not going live until things calm the fuck down. until I see a direction. And who knows? I may not want to go live again. Like, you know, publicly. I may enjoy doing the uploads, and you guys might enjoy the uploads, you know? Hopefully it works. Hopefully I can make money at it. Hopefully. One can only hope. And if all fails and everything fails, then I'll be back doing lives and praying on a wing and a prayer. No. I know, Kim. Kim, you're another one. I forgot to mention you before. You've also been with me from day one. Tinker, she has. It's, if I wasn't in this frame of mind with cancer and radiation and all the other shit going on, money, you know, just everything going on at once, I may not feel this way. I may just, all right, it's no big deal. But I think it's taken a toll because of everything that I have going on. I agree with that too, sweet one. I do. I absolutely agree with that. I know I could succeed at anything I put my heart into, but I need to put my heart into it. Just like my candles. My heart's there. I just can't fucking seem to focus on it because I got everything else going on. Because I don't want to do drama, Mr. Nobody. Drama's so played out and so boring. And I just have no desire to do it. It's not where my heart's at. I'm too old and I just don't give a fuck. Oh, Christine, they're a joke. That whole fucking ship is a damn joke. For now, Zoe, I just need a break. And like I said, I've been depressed when I don't do lives. So I know that I just know that I need to refocus as fast as possible. But again, I just need to find my passion. And I'll still be pushing the fuck out of my candles. Don't get me wrong. But that's another thing. I really need to redo all the pictures and update them. And because every time I change a label, I got to update them. And like I told you guys yesterday, I met with a marketing person who advised me some of the things that's wrong with the website that I need to change. And one of them is the pictures. So, you know, once I change those, that'll help me dramatically. But there's a lot of pictures that I have to refocus on, redo, and cut down, you know, don't give so many choices on candles. And I need to really focus on that. And every day, halfway through the day, I got to fucking take a shower and go to radiation and look in the mirror and see my bald head. So that's up. I am old. I bought a wig today, a short one. It's not short, it's like shoulder length. I think I look old in it though. And then I bought another curly one that was cheap. It was like $30. But one of them, the gray one, is like a human hair blend. But it's like gray, and I don't know. I think I look old in it. Are you going to go live? Good luck. I know. Showers take 2 minutes to get ready. Bing, bam, boom, done. I am old. I'm 53. I'm too old for drama. I'm too old for petty fucking YouTube drama. Like I said, I just want to be able to, you know, hang out and talk to my people. And when I can't do that, it's time to just fucking, I don't know if I could diet. Because it's kind of like a lavender. It's not like a real gray. It's like a light lavender. But I got to see it with makeup on. And that's another thing. I'm still going to be like on my community page. You guys are still going to get tons of notifications about me going, Laura posted a video. But you guys might like it better. You really might like it better. You can't dye. Oh, you can't dye a blend? It will only dye the human part. Synthetic won't dye. It wasn't expensive. It was only like $50. But it's short. It's only shoulder. It's like a bob almost. I don't know. I just, without makeup, it makes me look older. When I do makeup, when I put makeup on, I'll take a picture. I'll show you guys. I have so many fucking wigs. I got to send some back. You want to see my hair short? Well, my bald head? I posted stuff. Whatever you do, don't change. I will not change. I will always be me. But I don't think you'll be able to resist the urge to go live. Would it be rude if I start taking bets? No, you could take bets. But see, the thing is, Crystal, if I want to do a live, I'll just say, all right, Patreons, I'm going to go live in an unlisted video. So you guys will be the only ones that'll know about it. So that'll like take the edge away of going live. You know what I mean? Or members. I have enough members, I could do the same thing. But I do. You guys, I've been here a long time. And I really did. I said it. I thought it the other day. I'm like, you know what? I do get depressed, more depressed when I don't go live. But now I got to focus on the website. Priorities. If I do come back to YouTube, like lives, I want to come back with a bang. You know what I mean? I'm only a sub pal, but I respect your decision. Yeah, but you're still in Discord, aren't you, sweet one? Are you in Discord? I know I can't make choices based on idiots' opinions. I'm making choices based on my own sanity. I agree. 100%. Somebody said that to me today, Allie. Someone legit said that to me today, that the only way to teach her is to do it back to her, but who wants to do that? I want you guys, for members in Discord, I know I have more members. I'll put the link up. But there's this documentary I was watching before. I was like, I should show this to everybody. I don't know if you guys saw it already. It's called Crumley. It's about this like urban legend in Staten Island that wasn't actually an urban legend. Let me go back to history. I think it was called Crumley. Let me go to history. Cropsey. Urban legend documentary. It's actually pretty good. I haven't finished watching it yet. That's another thing I said, Sly. I said, I can't stand listening to her, so I can't stand listening to her voice to fucking even go back at her. Like, ew. But yeah, it's not scary at all. It's really good. But nobody understands what it's like for somebody to fucking come at you every day for almost 4 years now. It's every day, no matter what you say, is going to get twisted. It's just too much. Denise, I don't know if I said hi to you before, but hello. I know you said hi to me earlier. Ugh. Yo, I'm live. Why? 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 I love you too. She's such a dork. Exactly. I can't do a live without being clipped before it ends, twisted, talking shit. It's just too much. I agree. Her voice tortures so much mouth noises when she talks. I agree. That's what I'm saying. I couldn't listen to her long enough to do reaction. But at the same time, I would never bash someone's business. I would never go through someone's website and pick out what I didn't like. And it's horrendous. And it's just, how do you make a crumble? Take out the foundation, brick by brick. So now she won't have anything to fucking talk to me about. If I have to put every single live I've ever done on private, I will. Temporarily. It's over 3 years. It's going on 4 years now, I think. I don't give it power. I give her power. But I can't do it anymore. Between her and the other one. I don't even think she makes money off me. Maybe she does. I don't know. But there's a reason why she can't stop talking about me. It's got to be money. She's got to be making money, or why talk about the same person every fucking day? I agree, Amber. Even though I said 100 times, I'm not going anywhere. Like, if I heard someone do this live and listen to the things I was saying, I would actually think maybe I should reevaluate myself. Maybe I should if I'm really taking this much of a toll on someone, maybe it's time to reevaluate my content. But she won't. She won't look into herself. And that's all I want. I just want to be fucking left alone. If I say something, absurd, okay. You mean not crossed? You mean the one I just said? She does it for attention. They don't see me as a real person. Cropsy, yeah. Doesn't it look good? I watched half of it. I haven't watched the whole thing yet. M Ships SC, it's her income at your expense. It's disgusting. I agree. That's why I'm not allowing her that foundation anymore. I got to think about myself. Make a fresh start, exactly. It is toxic, but it's making everything else toxic. It's making people toxic over here. It's making people not want to come over. It's making people feel like they can't be seen in my chat. And I've heard that from people. It's not like new. The drama community has become unbearable. I mean, even Wendy V posted something from like 5 years ago? Because it's just not exciting anymore. And now the other thing is this whole boots on the ground thing. I'm sorry, I have a life. I can't travel to all these different places. But hey, you want to get views these days, go ahead and, make sure you go somewhere, pretend that you're looking for someone, even though you're not looking, and you'll get 20,000 views. Going after my business is not right. I would never do that to anybody. Exactly, sweet one. Well said. Invest time YouTube the way she and others do is not healthy. It's toxic for them, and one day it could end in someone taking their own life. I agree. I mean, I would never, but yeah, if they did this someone else, who knows? Maybe they would. I even had one of her people say to me, well, how she's not affecting you. How the fuck do you know what affects me? Or how do you know what affects my business? The fuck out of here. You don't know what affects my business. And you are not, and yeah, if you're not boots on the ground, you're a channel calling out the boots. It's just crazy to me. Like, these people actually think they're doing something. You're not fucking doing anything. Do you see the lawyers running around town going to be boots on the ground? Imagine Emily Baker going to all these cases. She doesn't go to all these cases. None of these people do. You don't see Vinny going to, on site unless he's sent there by Court TV. There's a reason. Because you're not a fucking detective. Hey, Criminal Mad. How's the sprays? And I will say that I may go live just with candles. That I might do. Perfect. Woohoo. I know I've gotten really good feedback. So far, I haven't gotten one bad feedback, and that's a good thing. Tawanda, you got a spray. How is it? Vinny did go to Matt. Yeah, for Court TV. But he gets paid to go. Like, that's his thing. BHB numbers have just climbed since the leech started going live about her every day. Calling out channels do the opposite of what they're trying to do. It's awesome. Sweet. I'm so glad everyone liked them. I was so nervous. Especially so many people bought them, and I was like, fuck. I hope these are good as much as I think they're good. Yeah, I heard there's some stuff going on with that, Christine. They moved over to true crime and started crime, and the same thing has happened. Doxing and real life actions have destroyed the community. Well said. They're boring, Christine. Boring. Oh, one thing I did want to look at, because I knew I got to write a wrong quote today. Hold on. Oh. All right, this was posted 40 minutes ago. Not good. Hold on. Like, literally, this was just posted. DA says Scott Peterson is still guilty of murdering wife. No DNA tests are necessary. Star prosecutor of Scott Peterson's infamous trial urging a San Mateo County judge to deny attempts from the Innocent Project to revive his decades-old case. Jury convicts Scott Peterson. Trial original prosecutor is now serving as special prosecutor for fighting against Peterson's attempt to reopen his case. LA Innocent Project is representing Peterson, filed more than 1,000 pages. I thought it was like 364, but I guess it's more than 1,000 pages of discovery motions earlier this year requesting DNA testing, Modesto police records, and other evidence. According to the Innocent Project, evidence that was allegedly mishandled or overlooked could possibly exonerate Peterson. All right, if they have nothing to hide, then why won't they do the DNA test? That's sketchy to me. If you have nothing to hide, then fucking do it. Spitzol's orange van was torched near Peterson's home on the morning after his wife went missing. Police never connected it to the murder case. Parts of the burned van contain blood and should be tested for DNA. Absolutely, it should. Flagler and fellow special prosecutor David Harris filed an opposition motion on May 29th, urging the judge to reject all requests from Peterson's defense for DNA testing unless ordered by the judge, said it will not hand over evidence from the case. Why? Why? The convicted newest legal maneuver was cobbled together. Prosecutors said, that's bullshit, though. Why won't they test it? People asked the court to deny all the defendants' requests for DNA testing. Defendants' resulting theory is based entirely on conjecture and speculation. Majority of statements of witnesses are riddled with speculation, hearsay, improper opinion, irrelevance, and lack of personal knowledge. Peterson wrote a letter to the Innocent Project from prison asking its legal team to investigate his wrongful conviction and find the true killer. In the letter wrote, additional information will assist in determining what happened to my family and prove that I am innocent and that I had nothing to do with these horrible crimes that were committed against my wife and son. Peterson is asking DNA tests 17 items. 4 items associated with the burned orange van found the morning when Lacey went missing. 11 items found near or with Lacey and Connor's bodies, and 2 items from a burglary across the street. He's got a point. Oh, you didn't know about the van? I think the Innocent Project found the van. Exactly, Penny. A DNA test could at least rule it out. DAs waste time and resources by bringing in special prosecutors to oppose this testing. It's long past time to correct these failures. Peterson, 51, is serving a life sentence without possibility of parole. Flagler and Harris both served, blah, blah, blah. Their opposition motion contained, that's where the 300. I knew I saw something about 300. Bye, Tawanda. I hope he's doing better. The opposition contains more than 300 pages of trial exhibits, photographs, and testimony outlining the trial's strongest evidence that Lacey's husband murdered on December 24th, 2002, and her body was helped dumped. I always thought he was innocent. I did. And I took a lot of shit for it. All right. Opposition. Scott used internet search engines to research marine tides, fishing, nautical charts, water currents, and boat ramps in the Monterey Bay and San Francisco Bay. And Scott bought a 14-foot aluminum boat, $1,400 in cash, did not tell anyone about it. Over the next 15 days, the defendant told no one he purchased an aluminum fishing boat. He told his wife he was going fishing. So had she not know about the boat? He told her he was going fishing. On the same day that he bought the boat, Scott talked to a secret man. Yeah, we know about Amber. Being a narcissist cheater doesn't mean he's a criminal. Doesn't it mean he's a murderer? Lacey's final call was made at 8:30 when she spoke to her mom. Lacey confirmed her and her husband attended a party. 8 months pregnant, vanished from Modesto home. Called his mother-in-law and said Lacey's car was in the driveway. Their dog was in the backyard with its leash on. Lacey went missing. Amber's a hoe. Vigil. Several friends, Lacey, who knew about the defendant, noticed cheerful demeanor that evening. The defendant was like, he was very relaxed. Well, at least he wasn't fake. He wasn't making concrete weights. That was proven to be false. That was Nancy Grace's bullshit. Lacey's body could have been placed in the defendant's boat. It's all circumstantial, though. Yeah, Amber's a hoe. Coroner testified trial. My thinking that was Connor had likely been protected by that uterus, and ultimately, with time in the water and tidal action, uterus was abraded open. At that time, Connor was released and ended up washing ashore very shortly thereafter. My opinion is that when Lacey was deposited in the marina, Connor was still within Lacey. I just say, instead of guessing, instead of just do the fucking tests and be done. Then you don't have to worry about it. Just do the test and that's it. If they have nothing to hide, do the DNA test and move on. But the fact that they don't want to do the test, why? Why don't you want to do the test? Why can't he just do DNA testing on this van? Why not? What do you got to hide? Yeah, not Amber knows she's not a hoe. Can't listen to NG with her yelling or screaming, whatever you call. I don't know who NG is. Who's NG? Oh, Nancy Grace. Innocent Project, Scott Peterson case, not a fishing expedition. LA Innocent Project used interesting metaphor during convicted killer Scott Peterson hearing on Tuesday. I don't know. I just feel like there's so much money invested in this case already. Just fucking do it and be done. No, I was talking about Amber Fry. Hearing on DNA testing motion May 29th at 9 a.m. May 29th. So we got April 16th, then May 29th and July 15th. LA Innocent Project was given a 6-month deadline from the court to complete its Peterson investigation. I don't know. All these years. Yeah, I'm surprised they still have the DNA of the van. I just think that just do the testing and be done. Finished. Finite. I never liked Amber Fry, by the way. I mean, how does nobody ever turn on the news? I don't even have fucking cable, and I know what's going on in my area. I would certainly know if, like, some major killer was out there. My daughter said I'm not allowed to like Drake. I have to like the other one he's fighting with. She gave me this whole rundown. I said, dude, I don't care. She's like, now you sound like Justin. He doesn't care either. Yeah, I don't like Amber Fry. Never did. I thought she was phony as fuck. Let's see. What's this? Hey, I found a new creator. I think he's blind. Have you guys ever heard Not by Sight News? I've never seen him before, but from his name and his glasses, I think he might be blind. Anyone know who he is? He's got a good voice. He said, Pastor John Paul Miller's ex-wife speaks out on his shocking, inappropriate behavior, May 14th, 2024. Oh, you know who he is? I like his voice. I want to watch him. Hold on. I just didn't know if anyone ever heard of him before. I never heard of him before, but I like finding new creators. Hold on. Is he blind, PR? Is that what the name is? Because that's awesome if he is. Like, that's a really cool name. Is he blind? He is blind, right? That's awesome. That's a cool ass name. All right, let's watch him.
Pastor John Paul Miller's ex-wife. You know, where is she at? What does she have to say about all that has gone on with JP and Mica Miller? What did she experience during the marriage she had with JP? Well, now that woman is speaking out. Her name is Allison, and boy, did she reveal some shocking information about JP. We're going to get into all of it here in just a second. Welcome, everybody, to Not by Sight News. Yes, a blind Christian guy here reporting to you, reminding you as always.
There you go, blind Christian guy. He's my type of guy. No, he came up in my recommendation, and his name is cool as shit. Like Not by Sight News. That's awesome. That's how I figured he was blind. But that's cool. Now he just said it.
We walk by faith, not by sight. For someone like me, that's kind of my only option. Speaking of that, for those interested, you want to know my story. How did I go blind? How do I operate my entire ministry without being able to see? I made a video that explains it all. You'll find a link to that in the description section of all my videos. And also, if you enjoy and appreciate my work here and you can help me out with a donation, there's a couple different ways you could do that. One, by just hitting the super thanks button on the YT video here, or you can join my Patreon for as little as $5 a month, patreon.com/notbysightnews. That link in the description. When you join Patreon, you get all these videos before they hit the main YT platform.
See, that's what I need to do. I don't even promote Patreon at all. Like, all these creators go on 5-minute rants about it, and they should. I should. And I don't ever. But again, these are uploads. These aren't lives.
Platform, along with a bunch of other cool features that Patreon has to offer. I hope you'll join me over there. Again, it's patreon.com/notbysightnews. Big thank you to everybody already contributing and those thinking of doing so. Thank you as well. Your generosity is greatly appreciated. Let's get into this because Pastor John Paul Miller's ex-wife, Allison, has now spoken out with her testimony, really, about what she endured while married to JP. And you know what? Even though, they ruled Mica's death to be self-inflicted, what we have seen since then, and I don't believe that's even over yet, just so you know, that may come back to be changed if we actually get a real thorough investigation of what happened. But one thing that we have discovered after that was the character of JP. I mean, it has been exposed. This guy, it's going to be, there's just no way he's going to come back from this. However, before I get into what his ex-wife Allison had to say, and trust me, you're going to want to hear this. Right. I want to talk about the service that was held at Solid Rock at Mark and as he had referenced for. He was there in attendance as pastor, but apparently Charles Randall thought it was okay. Speaks out on what it was like being married to this guy. This is what she details, that, if you thought that, JP just had the one affair with Mica, when they first got married, you would be wrong. Because JP, according to Allison, had multiple affairs while being married to her, being married to Allison. In fact, Allison claims that JP had inappropriate behavior, okay, with multiple.
He's not showing anything new. We discussed this the other day. This is the same stuff that he went over, that we already went over.
Little ones in the church that were under 16. This is according to Allison. And that also JP confessed not only to her, but also to other leaders at the church. Remember, his family owns the church, but he had confessed that he had an addiction to inappropriate behavior. And when it was brought up, because this is what Allison says, that the other leaders of the church had told JP at the time when he confessed that he needed to get himself some counseling. He needed some help. And JP said no. He would not get the help that he desperately needed to get. When you admit, and apparently this was also admitted to the congregation, that he had this addiction to inappropriate behavior. And when they learned, this was many of them, when they learned that there's going to be a whole lot more behavior. Oh, I wonder why he was doing that.
Yeah, we went through this already, but I'm going to sub to him and I'll give you guys this channel. Here's his channel or the video.
So I had some requests for this, and I debated whether or not I was going to actually do a video about it or not. Bless and encourage. So there's a couple of different ways you could do that. I will say I have set a goal here for the month of February. You can select your donation. They can vouch for me 29 years to be exact. Without any major, and I wore glasses, I had prescription glasses and I wore contact lenses, just to help with nearsightedness. But as far as any major eye problems, didn't have that until, like I said, December of 2010. It was a couple of months prior to this, in August of 2010, I went in for a regular eye exam, where the doctor had told me that he had noticed something that he didn't particularly like. He didn't go into great detail about it, but he said, I kind of like to dilate your eyes and, further take a look into this. And I kind of blew it off. I'm like, I don't need to do that. I just needed to get new contact lenses and new prescription eyeglasses. And I'm busy and I got things to do. And so I kind of dismissed it. I'm like, I'm not having any other problems that I'm noticing other than this. Other than just needing, new prescriptions. And so I blew it off. Biggest mistake I ever made in my life. Made a lot of them. I definitely look at this as the biggest, because I believe that it has affected my life and has potentially caused to happen what did and led to where I am right now. By December of 2010, a couple months later, I noticed that over the course of maybe a week or two, it wasn't very long, I started rapidly losing vision in my left eye. And when I say rapidly, I mean rapidly. It was a day-by-day thing to where I was noticing I can't see out of this eye. And I'm like, it was like very cloudy. Almost like if you were underwater, you're swimming and you open up your eyes and it's like kind of like what it looked like that, but it was all the time. My right eye was okay, but it was the left eye that was giving me the problems. This continued to the point where eventually I woke up, and as I, closed my right eye and my left eye, it was just completely dark. I couldn't see anything out of it at all. To say panic set in, to say the least, would be an understatement. Again, here I am, 29 years old, and, prime of my life, young guy here and everything else like this, got the world in front of me. And all of a sudden I have no sight in one of my eyes. Go to the doctor. They do dilate my eyes this time, and they diagnosed me with open angle glaucoma. And for those that don't know what glaucoma is, it is caused by rapid eye pressure in the eyes, which in turn can lead to the deterioration of the optic nerves. And a lot of people have this misconception that glaucoma is only something that older people can get, that senior citizens can get. That is not true. I am here to tell you that is absolutely false. You can get glaucoma as young as a baby. A small child can get that. It is more common, of course, in older people, but it's not out of the ordinary that somebody can get this. And normal eye pressure is, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a background, is 10 to 20. And I was running pressures anywhere between 40 and 50. So that is extremely high. That is not good. And that was causing rapid deterioration in my optic nerves. Now, what the doctor did say was that this could have been potentially going on for years. And it was just that now it was all coming to a head, and now it actually caused the vision loss. So I said this at the time, and we're going on 12 years ago now, a little over 12 years ago that this happened. Anytime you go to the eye doctor to get a routine exam, please get your eyes dilated. It will potentially save you. If they can catch it early, they can start treatments a lot sooner. And for me, I believe that we missed that window by about 4 months with the decision that I made. Along with having the higher eye pressure came excruciating pain that I would get on occasion. Not all the time, but sometimes it was so bad to the point where I would just have tears.
All right, this is a long story. But at least we know. But yeah, definitely get your eyes checked. 100%. I know I once scratched my cornea and I couldn't see. I couldn't even imagine knowing that it was permanent. Like, I knew mine was semi-permanent. I mean, not permanent. It was just going to be a little while. But I also, if a doc told me they wanted to dilate my eyes, I'd be like, okay, dilate them. I'm surprised he didn't do it. So one thing that caught my eye, maybe you guys can help me. Who the fuck is Stank Toes that he puts on with Sebastian? Who is he calling Stank Toes with Sebastian Rogers' picture? That's too much. Sorry, Dolly, too much. It is heartbreaking. That's horrible, though. Absolutely horrible. I don't even know what's going on in that case. I don't even want to know. Proudfoot ankle skank toes. That's disgusting. It is so sad. It really is. Sorry, I'm going to get off, though. I've been on 2.5 hours. But I want to tell you guys, I love you guys. Like I said, I just need a break. And that's it. I want to thank all you guys. Don't give up on me. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to try some uploads for a while and see how it goes. A couple of channels definitely riding that. I know, it's ridiculous. There hasn't been an update in months. And I'm going to drop the member link for members in Discord again. Not that anyone ever talks, but I'm going to try. So, like I said, I will still be in touch. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to drop a lot of shorts, a lot of uploads. And that's it. All right. I love you guys. I will see you guys soon. And again, I'm still going to be in other people's chats. So you guys will see me in other people's chats. And I'll probably jump on panels from time to time. So I just need a break. And like I said, I may go live with candles because I got to make money somehow. So I'll be pushing the candles out as soon as the website is done, which will be in a couple of days. But I really got to start working on it and get it up to par. And other than that, I love you guys, and I will see you guys soon. Keep an eye on the shorts. I know a lot of subscribers are not watching shorts. You guys should watch shorts. All right? Shut up, Crystal. I will see you guys later. Patreons, I will speak to you in a minute. Peace.